All right, let's get started. Let's get it started. Let's get it started in here. Hola mi gente, it's your girl Chabs here, and I'm back. Sorry I have a life, but middle school is not easy. I'd like to tell some stories about that sometime, but for right now, let's stick to another story time, shall we? I've been wanting to tell this story for a while, and I feel like it's finally the time to tell you guys about it. But it's basically a story about the time when my friends and I went to Sokcho and we got scammed by the Airbnb hosts there. So here in Korea, we have this holiday called Chuseok, and it's basically a Thanksgiving-like holiday, except that it's in September or October, depending on the year. During that time, all the expats in Korea, they just want to travel, they want to go back home, they get some rest, whatever. So my friends and I, we just wanted to go hiking and just explore some good old nature, you know, up in the rural side of Korea. And my friend Asha, she was the one who was in charge of the Airbnb. You know, like our cheap asses, like we just decided to get something affordable for a couple of nights. I think we paid about like 20 bucks a night, which was not bad. It's like, yeah, I know the saying is, you know, you get what you pay for. But, you know, in Korea, like, it's usually not too bad. Like, if you get something cheap, it's a hit or miss. So after a 3-hour-long bus ride, my friends and I, we were so excited to get into our Airbnb and get our vacation started. We were outside the house, and this one guy, he comes out, and, you know, we were telling him that we have a reservation for 2 nights. He was so confused, and so he decided to call the manager or whatever and say that he didn't have our confirmation, even though clearly my friend booked it for us ahead of time. He had proof and everything, but apparently they had no more room for us to stay in, and I was like, what the hell? Luckily, my friends and I were, you know, we were able to communicate well with the guy because we can speak Korean pretty well, especially my friends, they're more advanced than I am. But we tried to explain to them in proper Korean that we had booked 2 nights from, I think it was from like Sunday to Tuesday, because I had to go back Wednesday to Daejeon because I had to work on Thursday. And you know, our vacation, it was like, yeah, it was like a 5-day weekend, I'm gonna say. Yeah, it was a pretty long weekend, so I had enough time to enjoy it, but I couldn't because that guy just messed it up for us. He refused to book us rooms, and the sad part was he didn't even want to take us inside of the house or the pension, whatever. And there were other Koreans staring at us, you know, wondering what was going on. And I'm guessing the man didn't want to take us inside. I think they were trying to save face, and that's a thing that Koreans do here. They try to avoid confrontation to save face, you know, to make themselves look better. And oh God, it was just an annoying situation. So instead of trying to make the situation better, this guy, he decides to call up one of his homegirls and be like, hey, I have 3 foreigners here. Do you think that you can make them stay 1 night at your place? Luckily, it was a woman that we decided to stay with and not a man, because you'll never know what could happen. He decided to stay with that lady for a night, and the guy, he was just like, oh, 미안합니다. So sorry, 미안합니다. And like, yeah, it was just a whole bunch of BS. Like, clearly he wasn't being apologetic. It's like, how dare you decide to overbook us? You know, like, they clearly took our money. But anyways, he drove us to the lady's place, which was like a 2-3 minute drive. And turns out the lady's place didn't have any beds, and it didn't have any Wi-Fi either. It was a super old-fashioned Korean place, basically. But, you know, we didn't have any other place to go, and my friend Asha, she decided to book another Airbnb, but we couldn't because we had booked it with that place that took our money. So we just decided to stay there for a night, and, you know, Asha, she decided to call Airbnb hundreds and hundreds of times until they could give her a refund. But even they were being unfair to her. Yeah, like they couldn't give her back her money either. And Asha, she's tried to message the host to give her a refund, and they would say, yeah, don't worry, we're gonna give you a refund. You know, just wait until the next day or whatever. And Asha would be like, no, I want my refund now. Like, we're not staying at your place at all. And they would just be like, oh, you know, we could give you back 20,000 won. And we clearly paid more than that. Like, how? So after we decided to drop off our bags at the ladies' place, we decided to go to downtown Sokcho and just have some dinner and stuff. And luckily the guy did drive us there because he felt bad or whatever. But yeah, we decided to, you know, sleep on the floor that night at that lady's place. You know, at least she gave us a place to stay at, you know, for free. But Asha, she decided to book us a motel instead for the next night. And it was actually a better offer because, you know, the beds were bigger, the bathroom was clean, and it was closer to the beach and everywhere else. In a way, like, things turned out to be better in the end, but unfortunately, Asha only got to get back a partial refund. I mean, it was a pretty big refund, but, you know, it wasn't the full one. You know, because we did stay one night at that lady's place, even though it wasn't part of Airbnb. I remember Asha and we contacted our Korean friends to see if they could help us. And, you know, they literally did try, but nothing, unfortunately. We did our best, and, you know, we were happy that they at least tried to help us. Alrighty, Eddie Tidies, that was my story for today. I would like to tell more stories in the future. I actually have one dating story. If you guys want to hear that, let me know. If you want to see more videos of me, click that subscribe button down below. And I also want to thank you guys for helping me reach over 100 subscribers. Literally, thank you so much. If you have any suggestions for me on what kind of videos I should make, let me know in the comments below, and I'll do the best that I can to cover those topics for you. Bye!